President Trump and Melania will shock the world. My name is Patrick Rooney with oldschoolus.com. Most of you know at this point that President Trump and First Lady Melania have contracted COVID. And apparently their friend Hope Hicks was traveling with the president, and she tested positive. And soon after that, this morning, very, very early, we found out that President Trump, by tweet, has COVID. Now, what is happening already is what I expected to happen. All of President Trump's people that hate President Trump are out there on Twitter and out there on social media and out there, I'm sure, on all the cable stations, just gloating and happy, actually. Many of them are happy that he has COVID, and many of them wish that President Trump and Melania would die. These are the kind of sick people who are constantly talking to us about morality and how their morality is better than ours, but they're the kind of people at the same time, at the drop of the hat, will wish their enemies would die. So think about that for a moment. So in all of this, I think they're going to have a few days. Today's Friday. It's Friday morning. I'm making this pretty early on Friday morning. And they're going to have the news cycle probably through the weekend and maybe a little beyond. And it's going to be all about how Trump, they think they've got him again. They always think they got Trump, and then they end up not having Trump. And I believe this is going to happen, God willing, one more time here. So they think they have Trump because, hey, Trump was out there, pretty relaxed about the mask mandates. He would say, okay, I'm for masks, but he wasn't really totally into it. And really, realistically, masks have never been scientifically proven anyway to stop COVID. There is no scientific basis for it to start with. But they think they have him. And so, oh, he wasn't wearing masks. He's telling his people not to wear masks. He's going to rallies. And then he gets COVID. So, they're laughing at him. They think, oh, what a joke. See, we're proven right. Well, I think what's going to happen in the long run, not even the long run, but fairly short term, President Trump and Melania are already, I'm sure, on some type of protocol, like the Zelenko protocol, which would be, which President Trump in the past has taken hydroxychloroquine for a certain period of time to show the American people that it wasn't the boogeyman that they were led to believe. He took it, he didn't die, and I believe he's very likely on that protocol again. Very likely to be on hydroxychloroquine, which they would be on probably the whole Zelenko protocol, which I've discussed here before many times, which would include azithromycin and also zinc sulfate. It's kind of the three, which is the Zelenko protocol, and doctors have used this as well around the world with great success. I believe he'll be on this, and already is on this protocol right now. I think it's very possible. Remember that COVID right now has been dying off in America anyway. The media is trying to hide this. But the amount of hospitalizations and deaths from COVID is gone way, way down. And so I saw Trump at a rally in Minnesota a couple nights ago. And this guy was full of energy and just on fire. And the people were loving it. And he looked like the picture of health. So I don't think he's too far along in being positive. I don't even know if he has symptoms. He certainly didn't have symptoms a couple days ago. And Melania, probably the same thing. I mean, he's an older guy, but he's got a lot of energy, much more than the average person in their early to mid 70s. And Melania is a lot younger and not really as much of a risk factor for her. So I think it's very possible that with the right protocols here, they could be out of the woods, so to speak, and again, God willing, with prayers too, but they could easily be out of the woods and be on their way to recovery. They may not even have any symptoms anyway. We don't know, but they could easily be on their way to being free of the COVID virus, COVID-19. So, can you imagine the turnaround? And this always happens with Trump. They pile on. They think they've got Trump. What a fool this guy is. We've got him this time. Wile E. Coyote going for the Roadrunner, that we've got him, and having that turn around on them. And I really believe it's quite possible, if not highly likely, that scenario will play itself out once again. And it would be so sweet. Can you imagine President Trump and Melania overcoming COVID, becoming free of COVID-19 in a very short period of time, hopefully? Can you imagine that happening and what that would do to the American people, what they would show the American people and the world? they could help end this dark time of COVID for everybody, showing them it's a paper tiger. It's not the boogeyman that the press has been trying to make it out right now, especially now. About a month before the elections, they're doing everything they can to hold on and just make sure they're going to ride this thing as far as they can and try to make Trump, look horrible. And they're going to try to ride this thing out. They're trying to ride COVID out, make sure that COVID goes all the way through the elections. But if they were to become free of COVID within a short period of time, that shows the world that this thing is not what it's been played up to be. And the real research will just be out there and showing itself in the background that COVID is dying off, that hospitalizations are going down. And we could have an amazing situation here. So I think when people see this right away, yes, I was shocked to see it. Everybody's shocked to see this information come out. But if you really kind of step back and look at what's very likely to play out, you could take a very dark cloud and make a beautiful silver lining out of it. And God willing, again, that will happen. So that's all I want to say today. Get this message out, I hope, because you're hearing this here now, and I believe it's going to play itself out. We will see what happens, but I think what I'm saying now is very likely what you're going to end up seeing come out of this in the days ahead. So go to my website, oldschoolus.com. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe, all those things. Send this video out. Get the word out and be positive about things. I mean, there is a God who watches over the affairs of man. And I believe he's been watching over this president for 4 years and beyond, and his family. And I believe he's going to make an outcome that for those who love him and those who honor him, I believe he's going to make their lives continue to be great, making America great and making the lives of American people great. So thanks so much for being with me today, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. Feel free to comment, and I'd love to hear your comments, and I'm happy to respond, and I'll certainly respond to any sensible comments. But make them sensible, okay? If you want to hate, yeah, you can hate if you want to, but I'm not going to respond to you. All right, that's enough said, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.